Mumbler.
A few weeks back, each and every one of you received an unmarked envelope with a golden seal on the back with a pair of cross keys. Inside the envelope, you found a simple parchment soliciting, for the best word to use, for skilled individuals to take on a dangerous job for high pay. The only other things on this piece of parchment was a date, a time, and a location up in Shady Creek Run. Out of curiosity or whatever means each of you had, whatever reasons, you followed this letter out of curiosity or a desire to do some work. You kind of know that there's only one sort of person or group that would reach out in such a manner, and such work interests all of you to at least some degree. You each arrive at this location at what looks to be a shoddy, worn-down shoemaker's shop that is currently empty, although the door is ajar. Each of you step in at varying times, but you find yourselves in this abandoned shop. How would you like to introduce your character?
Everybody, one at a time.
Let's start from the top and work our way down. Cards. It's not my fault. Your name is alphabetically first. You might want to change that.
Oh, I like one of my cards. Damn your logic. Anyways, I just have to open up my character sheet real quick as well. Ooh. So Zenras, they are going to, when they first arrive, they're just going to sit there and just wait for anything to happen. By the time the next person arrives, just going to be taking a close examination.
Alright, are you hiding in any way, or are you just sitting generally out of the way, but still noticeable?
If there's any form of shadow, he's going to be in it.
Yes, this entire shop is relatively unlit, and it's a cloudy, overcast day.
Yeah, he's going to be in the darkness.
Let's have you roll a stealth check real quick.
Are you sure you want me to do that?
Yes.
My stealth is a +9.
Exactly. I want to show off your abilities.
Well, 19.
Perfect.
Oh yes, expertise in stealth. I see.
You do feel that no one saw you enter the shop, and even if they did, they wouldn't be able to know where you sat inside. Could I also have you roll a perception check at this point? Just real quick.
Do you want us to describe our characters?
As you enter the building, yes.
12.
Alright, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary amongst the workstations and shelves yet.
In their current form.
Hey guys, do you want me to create a D&D session?
I was just going to post stuff in One Shot Saturdays.
Well, One Shot Sunday is just for putting things together.
Sure. I
Okay,
would
what's the
appreciate
name of the session?
Masterpiece Imbroglio. I cannot pronounce. Masterpiece Imbroglio, I'll call it. Spell it Italian.
I love that name.
Italian, I love it.
It's probably spelled wrong, but I don't really care.
Oh, that's fine. That is fine and dandy.
Alright, there we go. Masterpiece Embargo. It's the third one down there in Sunday session. Have fun. Bye.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
I'll put a recording up when I'm done. A shame, really. A shame indeed.
Okay, so, but as I was saying, they just right now appear to be like your everyday beggar.
A baker, okay.
No, not baker, beggar.
Beggar, better. Little, you are the next to find yourself entering this strange abode.
Excellent. Cards would definitely see me.
Yes.
Sir Stephan Sparks is not subtle or stealthy. and he steps into the room with a massive, great sword on his back, full plate armor. His warhammer is hanging from his belt on his side, and he just pretty much near kicks down the door. He's about 6 foot. He's about 6 foot, and dark hair, pitch black eyes, practically.
I'm assuming you're dressed rather finely.
Oh yes, he is very finely dressed underneath his plate armor.
Alright, if I could have you roll perception check as well. For several
Okay.
reasons.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a 6.
Looking around the place, you do appear to be the first to arrive. You kind of do a once-over, the dust from the kicked-in door billowing just a little bit, but not obscuring anything of importance. And all you see, once again, are dark workbenches and show benches of various shoes and tools and boxes. But
Okay.
right behind you, we'll have bar. You do see this well-to-do man kick down the door, and you would know that this is not any sort of guard or lawman. This town has sparse lawmen in the first place.
I see. Right. So, walking up behind him, just aren't you mighty high?
I think his first reaction is his hand goes to his warhammer on his belt.
Oh, don't shame me, wee one.
Alright, what does your character look like?
Ah, yes. So, let me find my fucking character sheet again. This is Hel. Right, so she's kind of just a pale-faced woman, right? Well, that's really basically how you describe her, almost looking dead almost. Hair covers half her face. Yeah.
Is he dressed plainly or richly or poorly?
I'd say plainly.
Alright. And I would like to have you roll a quick perception check as well.
Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see.
Natural
You said
20.
perception?
Perception.
Bar, I'm
damn,
counting
oh,
on you
that's
to roll a
right.
Natural 20.
No, but I rolled a 17.
A 17. You don't notice the third guest here, but you do notice that one of the boxes in one of the centermost tables stands out from the other toolboxes and various other containers. It's a bit too fine, a bit too ornate. And moments after you notice this, one of the lanterns above it, next to it, illuminates, revealing an intricately carved golden box with a keyhole, and resting on top of it, a single golden key.
Oh my god. Oh, I just read through this book recently. I really love this.
You are now free to act in the order you wish.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I already knew you said you were gonna do something along the lines of keys from the Golden Vault. Anyways, I'm just going to... My character is going to chuckle from the shadows and reveal themselves. My, aren't you a noisy one?
I assume you're speaking to the one that kicked the fucking door in.
Indeed.
I will like to note that the door did try and swing closed, but due to the damage on the hinges, it wasn't able to.
I'm just gonna shove it back into.
You know what? Just roll me a strength check. I want to see what happens.
Really?
Yeah, strength check.
Yeah, boy, you're stuck.
This is my highest strength.
Perfect.
23.
23. You slammed the door so hard, almost there's like this shaking that fills the entire building. It's not as structurally sound as you thought it was, and there's the dust coming down from the rafters. There's just you all stand there a moment as things settle, and the door is now, well, incredibly shut.
Hmm.
My,
Well,
my.
I may have overdone
Strong
it.
one, too.
Alright, well, while you're messing with that door, good son, going to walk over to the box and key and examine them.
Would you like to make me an investigation check then?
Yes, I would. Okay, that was piss poor. That was an 8.
An 8. It looks very finely engraved. The wood is probably mahogany or something of the sort. The gold, it looks fine, but it's obviously not an actual gold. It's probably closer to gold leaf. But you can't tell what sort of box it is or what it contains. All you know is it is definitely locked. But the key, which feels heavy, does look to be the right size for the lock on the front.
You know, if I was to call myself a true rogue, I would try to pick this lock. But I'm not gonna be an idiot. So I'm gonna look back towards the other two. Do you suppose prospective employers left this?
It's the only thing out of place here, so I'd imagine.
I will point out, the top of the box does hold the same crossed key emblem on each of your envelopes.
And of course, the top of the box.
You did roll an 8.
I'm gonna kind of go off and look. You said that there was a door in the back, right?
There is, as there usually is with this sort of place.
Okay, I'm gonna check the door just in case there's another room back there.
Alright, you peek out the door, and it just appears to be a back alley. Sort of narrow, but you could still get a wagon down here if you needed to. There's a couple old crates that are rotted and mildewed, and looking up, it does look like it's threatening to rain. But otherwise, this is a pretty simple establishment.
Blast of rain.
I will wait for this night before we open up this box.
Anyone got any magic?
That would be me.
Think you can open this damn fucking box?
Oh, there's a key. Ain't that dumb?
I was about to say, I do quite suggest the key. I say as a humble thief myself. Well, before anybody else could say anything, I'm going to put the key in and turn it.
As you slide the key in, it is, quite honestly, the most satisfying keyhole you have ever inserted something into. It slides in like
That's what
butter.
she said.
You turn it a quarter turn clockwise, and you hear small clicking and whirring of small gears and springs as the top opens and reveals inside a music box. Except, instead of music, a voice comes out from it. Greetings, operatives. A valuable painting has been stolen from a member of the Cognosi Estokera, an organization with connections to the Golden Vault. The Cognosi Estokera specializes in the study of rare objects of historical significance. We suspect that the stolen painting, Constatori's portrait, has magical properties and ties to the occult. This quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you to infiltrate the guild house of the Agile Hand, a dangerous thieves' guild. Find where the painting is kept, recover it, and return it to Adrisa Cantamore of the Cognici Historica. A preliminary meeting with Adrisa has already been arranged, and a coach will arrive shortly to deliver you safely to her location. Good luck, operatives. And as the recording comes to an end, you notice the key has vanished, and the box slowly closes itself.
I may have heard of one time used keys, but not one that disappeared.
Let me just, 15.
Well, I'm always down for a good challenge.
I'm always good to steal something from someone.
Zenras, you notice it first, but you hear the sound of horses and carriage coming from behind the building before coming to a stop.
Well, I don't know what you fucks are waiting for. he goes to the back door and like holds it open for everyone.
Quick question before we go. Is
Yes.
the music box bolted down?
No, although,
I'm taking it.
make an investigation check.
I have a feeling since you said that, this thing is trapped.
Probably.
When is it not?
It's a very ornate box. Why wouldn't it be?
That's a 15.
As you go to take the box again, you notice the gold inlays seem to have tarnished. The wood is a plain oak, and the crest on top is that of a simple ballerina striking a pose.
Illusion magic. Oh. Still, I'd like to keep mementos with my jobs, so I'm still taking this.
Alright, write down you have a locked music box. I do presume the rest of you step into the back alley.
Yeah, I'm still holding open the door for the
yeah.
other two.
Looking out the door, you see this black coach with a woman sitting on top, sort of straight, long black hair that's been tied up, and she is wearing a very warm coat and sort of a whitish hat that looks to be slicked with possibly oil. About this time, it does start to drizzle, just slightly. She looks over to you and just gestures to the doors behind her. The carriage comfortably can fit 4.
When I walk out, I'm just going to hop in and just put myself into the as far back as I can.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm getting into this fucking carriage.
The interior actually seems a little luxurious. Dark red seats and little curtains with gold tassels and bands. Whoever it is that has hired you, or at least brokered this meeting, they have considerable resources.
Well, it's always nice to be appreciated.
With the crack of a whip, the horse team starts, and you are pulled out of the alley, and you start making your way away from the center of town, closer to the outskirts. Rain begins to fall as your coach pulls up beside an open barn surrounded by fields of dead corn and old withered trees. A tall, well-dressed human woman emerges from the barn as the coach pulls up and the doors are opened. She very generously opens her hands and waves you in. I am Adrisa Karamote. My organization would like to hire you to retrieve a painting that was stolen us by a thieves' guild. For the painting's safe return, I would like to promise 2,000 gold pieces apiece. Does this sound agreeable?
You had me at the part where you wanted me to steal something. I'm in.
Lovely. Now,
It's a hefty amount for a painting.
it is no ordinary painting, my dear. Now let's go inside and escape this rain. I believe there's someone else I would like you all to meet. And she leads the way back into the open barn. And you hear the horses whine as the coach is driven away.
Well, I suppose yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Yeah,
Lovely.
totally.
Hel, I would like you, as you step foot into the barn, to roll an Arcana check, actually.
All of us?
No, just Hel.
Oh, just hell?
Just
Okay.
Hel.
It's a 9.
You don't notice anything off. You seem a bit more interested in the large sum of money promised for, at this moment, all you're thinking of is a magical portrait.
To be fair, intelligence is not my strong suit.
Yes. Adrissa does lead you into the barn, and not only that, but up into a loft. A single ladder leads up there, and the rain is much more muffled. Also, you can still hear it against the tin roof. You do notice, as each and every one of you pull your way up into the loft, that in the center, tied to a wooden chair, is a scrawny human man with patchy facial hair. He is sweating profusely and chewing nervously on a cloth bag. On a table nearby, there seems to be an array of set-out tools, although only one or two of them look to have a bit of blood on them. This is Grinky Brinthward. He was part of the team that stole the painting from us in the beginning, and we captured him. I do believe he has some information about the building in which you are about to infiltrate. He's been stubborn, just a little bit, but he has told me some things. Although it's nothing more than everybody knows. If you would like to take your attempts at prying information out of him, I leave him to you.
Is this the point where we can, like, if we wanted to, we could try and interrogate him?
Yes.
I'm gonna look over. Little, what's your character's name again?
Sparks. You can call him Stefan or Sparks. He doesn't care.
Stephan Sparks, got it.
So I'm gonna look over at Sparks. You honestly look like the most intimidating one here. Gonna look over at Bar's character. No offense.
Oh, none taken.
That's really fucking funny. I'm saying this above the table, but Sparks has a -1 intimidation.
Oh, I know, I'm looking at it. But you don't... I will say this. Intimidation is not the only way you can go about this.
You can
Oh
also
yeah,
persuade
that's why
someone.
my second bet was taking out my warhammer and smashing it on one of his hands.
I'd say that's intimidation with, like, +5 advantage.
Well,
I have,
is that...
I have a +5
So
intimidation.
do you just walk up to him and smash one of his hands while his mouth is still gagged and you haven't asked any questions?
I was considering it, but
He does seem to be eyeing
Right.
you the most nervously, I will say, because of your large stature and imposing build.
I was genuinely considering like walking up and methodically destroying each of his knuckles individually with the warhammer. But I'll take the gag.
You take the guy out, and he just kind of looks around. Well, just let me go.
Listen, I will give you an option. You see, you give us the information that we want to know, which is everything that you know, or I methodically and slowly destroy each of your knuckles.
Do you hoist your warhammer as you say this?
Definitely.
Alright, well, I'm going to let you roll intimidation at advantage, since he's already been warmed up for you. Kind of like, you see him glancing down at his hands, which are tied on this rickety wooden armchair.
Fucking Christ, that's a 9.
Well, I mean, either way, I'm a dead man.
I'm gonna look at him. I have a quick question. Have you ever had surgery performed with thieves' tools before?
Ooh,
That's
wow.
a good one.
I'm sorry? No.
Because good. You would be my first patient.
You don't look like a doctor, sir.
I'm no doctor, but I do have a nice set of thieves' tools I will use to slowly make incisions on you until you start talking.
You see him kind of like, his eyes dart to the tool set next to him. Most of the tools untouched, mind you. Roll intimidation with advantage once again.
Okay, can I do a help out here?
Are you proficient in intimidation?
No.
And you've already failed your charisma intimidation
Yeah, I
test,
have,
so
you're right.
you're kind of still glowering over him, but he's already put your threat off the table. But this,
Yeah.
Well, I'm dead anyways, so
Yeah.
fucking do it.
24.
24, he kind
Dang.
of like eyes the tools next to him. He eyes the set of thieves' tools you have in your hands, which admittedly are a lot longer, thinner, and have a lot more diverse shapes, which can cause a lot more diverse pain. You can almost see him sweating more, and there's a mild sense of a foul smell coming from his chair. And he kind of, well, don't. But I don't need surgery. I'll tell you what you need to know. What do you need to know, sirs, ma'ams, peoples? What is it? What do you need? What need you to know?
I knew you'd see things my way. Now, let's start from the beginning. Why in the ever-loving hell would you do this?
Guildmaster Dusk. It was all her idea. I don't know much. I've just been helping out with the muscles here and there, picking locks. It was her idea, and she doesn't really talk much about most of this sort of stuff unless it's with her lieutenants or everything. I think. I mean, it's most likely she's going to sell it. I heard it was worth a lot.
Gonna look at the other two, by all means.
How did you take it in the first place?
Well, it was a simple job. There was a caravan en route that we had got intel that was carrying, and then in the middle of the night when they set up camp, we sprung an ambush. I tried to help keep people from doing anything, stop the operation. Other folks picked the lock boxes and the carriages, and someone spooked the horses, and Guildmaster Dusk, well, she killed a couple of the guards that got in the way real quick. She's a fine assassin. But it was her. I had nothing to do with the planning of the heist itself. I just know what it is we did.
I mean, I have a question that we might all be thinking right now. So, how much security is over at your thieves guild?
Well, a bit. I mean, as a thieves guild, we make a lot of enemies. The windows are all boarded up quite well. The doors are all locked, and the people who hold the keys are the Guildmaster Dusk main lieutenants. They have the keys. By late evenings, there's guard shifts while people sleep. Usually, it's rotating every 3 hours. He has like his eyes locked on the thieves' tools. By the way, she has three lieutenants. No, 3 keys. Sorry, 3 keys. Guildmaster Dusk has a key. Elix the Saint has another. J-Mount the Sinner have the 3rd. These are maybe the Master of Ravens has one occasionally too. That's something I've only heard tell of. I haven't seen him open a door or anything.
Okay, you need to take
And
a
where
break.
might we find these lieutenants
Well,
and their key?
Guildmaster Dust doesn't really. Well, she leaves a lot, but you don't know when, or she's never scheduled, and she's an assassin, so you're not gonna get her unless she gets you first. J Mount, he's a spy master, but he doesn't. Well, you wouldn't know who he is unless he told you, and he doesn't tell a lot of people. You'd probably have the most. I just want you to roll another intimidation check right here with advantage still.
Me again?
Yes, you asked the question.
Alright. That is a 16.
You know what works well enough? Don't surgery me. You could probably have luck with Elix the same. He likes drinking. He frequents the bar, the seedy, the tipsy tanker. He goes there a lot. Spends money. That's where he sometimes is. Good time, occasionally. Please don't hurt me.
Oh, well, I never caught your name.
My name's Grinky.
Kang, could you please say that again? Normally, to be honest, I didn't understand it.
Grinky, Brithwort.
Rinky?
Yes, I put it in the Discord we have. Grinky Brithwort. Sir, Mister, ma'am, sir, sorry, sir.
Just go.
I'm honestly still considering just smashing his hand, just because fucking why not? I'm not going to yet because that will probably disable him from answering questions, but I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions?
Let's see.
I got nothing.
We got a tavern where one of them frequents. We have the security detail, sorta, which we have the where it happened and what happened or whatever.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got one more question, actually.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look deep into his eyes while, playing with one of the lockpicks that in my set a little bit. So,
Wow.
do tell me, where in the Thieves Guild is the painting right now?
I don't really know. I didn't see it past when we loaded the cargo bay. Probably in Guildmaster Dust's quarters on the second floor of the tower, or hidden in the basement where training's done for new guild members. That's all I know. I could draw you a map. He looks at he actually looks at you, Sir Sparks, as he brings this up. I could draw you all a map of the place. I know it quite well. I've been a member since my youth.
That'd be very much so a help. Please do.
I just need paper
Fine.
and pen and hand.
Watch his hand.
Yes. Thank you.
I might have that.
Okay. I think what if you guys are okay with this, I think we're gonna bring him paper and writing stuff, and I'm still gonna hold my warhammer over his other
Yeah.
hand.
Adrisa is able to provide it from one of the boxes nearby, and he kind of very shakily draws you up a map and even annotates it a little bit. Mainly, he doesn't really look at the warhammer, but he does look at the lockpicks, which should carve up his tendons nicely.
I actually also took the liberty of naming my weapons, so now my great sword is named Defiance Song, and my warhammer is called Vanguard.
After a couple minutes of him having to retry at least once, he gives you this map. There's the map.
I greatly appreciate it, Grinky. I have to ask, what got you into this line of work? Was it because of the money?
Well, no, I was just brought in when I was really young. They saw a little bit of talent in me and tried to nurture it, and my parents were dead and all, I didn't have anywhere else to go in this city. It was one Thieves Guild or another one, and this is the one that got to me first. They really choose their new recruits. You don't choose them.
You didn't really have a choice in this matter, did you?
No. Yeah. No, I didn't. No, I did not. Nope, I didn't.
We are threatening you.
Yeah.
I want to roll an insight check to see if he's lying about that last
Yes, roll an insight check.
We probably should have been doing that this whole time.
Yeah,
Be
honestly.
honest.
No, with the intimidation checks, I don't think he wants me to perform fake surgery on him.
He doesn't want you to attempt surgery.
23 for my insight.
Oh,
Christ.
God. You can tell. He's actually being incredibly forthright. In fact, he's telling you all of this, like, he's laying his soul bare because he is terrified of having his hands or arms or legs sorry,
Fucking mutilated by thieves.
slowly cut open, and the amount of pain that might bring him. He does kind of figure that he doesn't have the best of pain tolerance, and at least the crushing of the hands bit, he figures, well, if my hands are crushed, I can't lockpick, and if I can't lockpick, I get kicked out of the guild. But with this, well, it's a lot more drawn out than a quick smash.
So,
And he might
yeah.
even regain his abilities after, which is most terrifying.
I am a little bit partially tempted to get as much information about this guy himself as I can and disguise myself as him.
Good idea.
Clever.
As a changeling, it would be very easy.
Well, why don't you ask him to, like, write down things that he would do or common shit he'd do so you can mimic it?
Oh wait, I got a perfect way to present this. So I'm gonna grab another piece of paper. You know, I think that you're honestly a victim in all of this.
You do? You do?
Oh, come on, think about it. You were chosen and forced to at a young age to join this thieves guild. You had no choice in the matter, and they would probably have killed you if you said no.
Kind of like nods.
But you intrigued me enough, and I'm a little bit of a novice writer myself. I want to write a memoir of you, a story of your life.
My life? It's not that interesting. I was forced into a thieves guild. I got captured by some people we stole from, and then I got killed. You know, it's kind of how a lot of people's lives go in this place.
Come on! Your story about the end of the story about the heist has to be interesting. And come on! And I bet you, because of the whole thieves guild thing, we could probably embellish a few things to make you look like an upstanding hero instead of a lowly thief.
You could? I want you to roll a persuasion check.
Let's see.
He's control.
That is a dirty 20.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he got low on his insight. That sounds great. Yeah, let me tell you all about myself. And I am going to give you just a personality trait, an ideal, a bond, and a flaw that he holds. And you will have to take care of remembering them on your own. So his first, but I don't take insults well. That's a thing. Most people learn not to insult me because it creates a whole hustle and no one really likes attention drawn to them. But it got me in trouble just a little bit, just a wee bit. And I stayed here, not just because I was forced to, because I made some good friends. Oh God, what are their names? They always slip me at a time like this. Please don't stab me, sir.
Don't think of me as your captain right now. Think of me as your publisher.
All right, publisher. I can do publisher. I can do publisher. Oh God, what's the thief's name?
I love this.
Sorry, let me just find a good name list to pull from. And there. Lovely. What? I can't pronounce any of those. Let me try again. There we go. Well, there's Alien McAxis. There's Cormac with Rickard. And, God, there's just one other guy. He's kind of been my mentor for the longest time. Oh, what was his name? It was, there's Raphael. He was kind of my mentor when I came in, most likely to know me. So, there's that. Yeah, other things about me. Bonds. Some people I'm bond with, but I have a little sister. She's away from all this. I send most of my money to her. She doesn't know what I do. She probably thinks I'm dead, but I support her the best I can. Well, most people know this. It's not a secret, but I have really sticky fingers, and sometimes I just grab things that look enticing. It's a bit of an issue, but I've been working on it. Not much progress.
I can imagine you've been working on it. You're in a thieves guild.
I'm working on it in the wrong way.
I honestly would be disappointed.
Can I take our employer aside?
Yes.
Like away from this?
Yes, you can.
Away
Okay.
from this fucking shabagle.
I have a few questions for you.
Yes.
If you do not mind.
No, I don't mind at all.
Is there anything that we should absolutely know about the painting before we go after it?
That is a very good question. The portrait is a work of a famed artist, Densky Kwan. You might have heard of him. It was commissioned by the late Damien Gristthorne, the Grand Dame of the criminal underworld. Supposedly, the painting is sentient and able to eavesdrop on any conversation it's around, and it only tells that information to whoever its owner is. There is one other thing. It is rumored that the painting the subject who listens and tells is about as vain as the subject who was painted. Incredibly so. I don't know much else besides that, other than, in the wrong hands, it could definitely cause issues.
Thank you. That is at least somewhat useful.
Yes.
My second question. You're going to fucking kill this guy, right?
If he served his use. I'll leave his fate up to you. He's of no use to me, dead or alive.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go walk back over to the rest of the party.
So I just imagine this guy unknowingly signing his life away.
I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire planet.
Death warrant? Ooh.
No.
No.
Please don't make me sign a death warrant, mister. Oh.
No,
I had Pluto with a feed.
No, that was not in character.
I know, I'm joking. I'm doing a different character voice. I need to feed my dog, Pluto.
God damn it. Can we move on?
Yes, sorry.
Agreed. So I was just gonna say that I really enjoy this rogue so far.
Yeah, definitely. Alright.
I know you hate rogues, Little.
yeah,
Alright,
definitely.
let's
Let's get
move
on to
on.
killing this
Anything else about this guy that you don't?
Not much. He starts rambling about, it's a lot of routine. There's you wake up, you do some training. That's when you're young. There's a lot of folks picked up. Well, not a lot of folks. There's a select few folks do training down in the basement. There's traps down there. It's a whole gauntlet. Once your mentor deems that you're trained enough, he's rambling. He's rambling.
Out of character. Okay. But anyways, I'm just gonna. I'm a little bit tempted to freak this guy out a little bit because as he would be rambling, my features would slowly be changing to look like him. I kind of want to do that, but what do you guys think first?
I think he's gonna think that you're gonna kill him and assume his place.
Yeah, which is fine.
That is sort of what I heard you guys are planning.
I didn't say I wanted to kill him. I mean, in my opinion, he didn't really have a choice in the matter.
I mean, I was
And-
actually.
What's your alignment again?
Me? I don't know, actually. I don't remember.
Let
Let me
me.
check.
Yeah.
Mine is chaotic neutral.
All right.
Description.
Lawful evil.
I am lawful neutral, I guess.
All right. That makes sense. That checks out.
Like, he didn't really have a fucking choice in it. And hey, he's still sending shit to his sister, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my sister.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm
Excuse.
considering. Go ahead.
I want to take the other two off to the side, but being like to him. Just one moment. I need to talk. I need to talk to my associates.
Yeah.
Your book publishing or other associates?
Um. These. These two transported me here, and this knight here is my bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
What?
Going to look at you in mouth. Go with it.
All right.
Oh.
So just I'm gonna take them off to the side. Look, I'm sorry to put you in that situation, but we need as much as we can get out of him. And honestly, I'm whispering so he doesn't hear us.
Roll a stealth check.
Stealth check, understood.
Fuck, I have disadvantage on those.
Not this,
fuck?
not this one, because you're just keeping your
You're not
voice low.
moving
You're
around.
not moving around to Norma, so you're fine.
26.
22.
All right. That's good to know.
There's us two in hushed voice. Meanwhile, there's fucking little, huh?
He's never been to a library. He can hear you, but he's not that quiet.
Look, I don't know what you two want to do about this whole situation, but suggestions are welcome. And if you can't think of anything, he, while making sure the thief doesn't see, he's going to be poking at his knife holster.
All right.
I mean, is there anything that you guys want to know?
I think we've got most of it, haven't we?
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to walk over to him. You have been my favorite client.
As a doctor or as a publisher?
As a publisher, good sir.
Oh, that's good.
Now, I just need to.
I'm gonna be in a published book. I can tell my sister about this. Oh, she'll be so happy.
Oh,
Now,
I've turned my life around.
if I was vulnerable, I'd be feeling so bad, but I don't. So,
no, hold on, wait, don't kill him.
so
Wait,
anyways,
you want us to wait? Or are you actually gonna tell our characters to wait, Bar?
hold on. Before you
Assuming you're going on to kill him.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I got this right, okay?
Yeah.
He then drops his whole facade and shifts into him.
Roll an intimidation check at advantage.
Does the sort of shaky fucking voice, does this seem right?
22.
He's just silent, not moving, staring with horror aghast on his face.
You know what they say. Changelings are sneaky.
You're a what?
Shifts back to what he was at the homeless guy originally. Changeling, good sir. And then with that, I bid you adieu. Rapier, throw.
All right, roll with advantage.
No,
Do you want to try and restrain him or stop? Do you want to stop this? Do you want to stop
yes,
Zenras?
I want to stop this. Yes.
Make a strength check against Zenras's dexterity as you try and grapple them.
Can
I-
I the sorcerer?
Well, first of all, I'd like to ask you a question, Ping. Instead of restraining him, can I cast magic missile and use one of the darts to fucking smack his rapier?
Let me check the spell real quick.
If you do that,
Darts.
I
Would.
will use.
I think
have-
it would, but
Let me
I
know.
have 2 daggers. I have 2 daggers. I
Each
will just use
dart
those.
hits a creature of your choice. The rapier is not a creature, and you must use all 3 of them.
Damn. Okay. Then yeah, I guess I'll try and fucking restrain him.
All right, roll that strength check.
Boy, strength is not my strong suit.
Zenras, roll
Oh,
that acrobatics check. I believe. Hel, roll a athletics.
Wait,
Okay.
okay. You said acrobatics for me?
Yes, as you dart out of the
Okay.
way.
Oh, okay, so, Bar, what did you get?
I have 14.
Okay, so can I flavor this a little bit?
What did you
Since I
get?
succeeded.
I just want to know.
I got a 16, 17, 18, 19,
No,
20,
it's a
21.
fucking rogue.
21!
What did I expect?
That's
It's
not
a
one of his
goddamn rogue.
expertises, by the way.
No, I didn't figure.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
so
no.
yeah, you can flavor this however you wish. You get out?
So, I get out, and I'm going to be jumping towards the thief in the bed to implant the rapier into his throat.
Alright, just roll to attack with advantage. He is restrained. Yes. What?
Okay, I just have...
Yeah.
You know, this is the first time in a while I actually get to be...
The murder
him.
hobo.
No, I don't mean to murder him just to murder him. This is tying up loose ends.
Alright.
There's more than one way to do that.
Anyways, 17 to hit.
Yes, that will hit. It's an automatic critical because he is restrained.
Alright, so critical.
2d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
2d8 plus 3, that does 9 damage.
You jump at him. You pierce him kind of in the center, more of the right side of his chest, and the chair he's in topples backwards and falls, hitting on the ground. He is still barely alive, but he is traumatized, letting out a scream only when he hits the floor.
Lovely. I'm gonna cut his fucking head off.
Before you are able to, a crossbow bolt appears out of the side of his head. And Idrissa lowers her hand crossbow, tucks it inside her dress.
Good shot. Jolly good shot.
Yes.
Yeah, good shot. Apologies for the noise.
Oh, don't worry. This bar is enchanted to prevent people from nosing in on it.
I'm going to grab my rapier, just wipe it down real quick and holster it. Looking over... horrible names again.
Idrissa.
Bar.
Hell.
No, Bar, sorry. Het Bar is Hel.
Hell.
Just gonna look over. I take it you've never... have you ever been in the thieves' business, my dear?
I'd seen no reason for him to die. He didn't want to be in it anyways. Besides, he was trying to help his little sister.
I understand that, and I will see what I can do about that situation, but tying up loose ends, if he would have gotten out of here and returned to the guild, they would have learned what happened.
There's no English bad. No, there's more than one way to tie up a loose end.
Yes, well, this is the most efficient.
Agreed. Now,
You ever been a sailor? Tying up loose ends is easy.
So I'm going to redisguise myself as... I'm going to redisguise myself as the now dead thief. Now, shall we? I have somebody to talk to at a bar.
I think that would be excellent.
Well, I suppose we shall. It's not like there's anything we can do for this sad sap.
Oh, before we do go, I'm going to look to our employer. By the way, what was he found with in terms of, like, weaponry?
Not much. A shield, short sword, a couple daggers on his person, a vial of poison. That is all.
Right. Well, I'm going to be pretending to be him, so I'm going to need that equipment.
Fair enough. If you'll just wait right here, I'll get it in the main area of the bar. And she descends the ladder.
I'm going to pull out my rapier and present it to the knight. Could you please hold on to this for me?
Of course.
Thank you.
Is
Please-
anyone...
Go on, Bar.
Hey, fine, go ahead, finish.
Please be careful with
We'll see.
Anyone?
I can already imagine Sir Sparks is swinging it around with like pure strength, no finesse,
Oh yeah,
Just
totally.
slamming
Oh,
it into
yeah.
the bar
just
chair.
muscling it around like it's a conductor's baton.
Hey, does your rapier have a name?
Whispers.
Okay. I was about to say, if you give it to Sparks, it'll probably come back with a name.
Name, backstory, loved ones,
Just going to be looking. Just going to be looking at Sparks.
redemption arc.
Just like I said, just please be careful with Whispers. She's my only rapier.
Yes, well, I know how that feels. He has Defiant Song.
Is anyone here opposed to me taking his body?
What the fuck do you want the body for? Actually, you also.
Do not ask questions
I
you don't
didn't
want
ask.
answers
Let's pretend you didn't ask that question. And go right ahead.
Could I have both Little and Bar roll a nature or arcana check?
Sure.
to. Oh, let's see. Which one is better? Arcana it
That's
is. It's a 17.
17. All right.
14.
You both are decently aware of the nature of changelings, how they function, how they don't. There's no biological need for a changeling to hoard a body, especially if a form it
I'm
takes.
not a changeling.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. I misheard who was speaking. Never mind. Ignore all that. But you do understand what a changeling is.
Yay! I have biological knowledge of a changeling. Get fucked.
Intimately. I joke.
I do want to say this to cards really quick. Sparks is actually a noble.
Ah, I did not know. Did you? Wait.
Yeah, so I considered doing knight, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna make an asshole.
So, yeah, no, I'm a criminal slash spy.
Lovely.
Oh, speaking of, nah, I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna do an on the spot thing for you, Hang.
Oh.
I was going to contact my spy and see if they knew anything else.
I'll let you.
Well,
But it will take up a little bit of time between here and the tavern. You can definitely send the word out for them to meet you. I'll allow it. Because it wouldn't be
Alright.
fun otherwise.
all right. So, just going to, let's see. I have to check my controls first, because I've been able to tell throughout all this. This is your rules as written session.
Yes, it very much is.
Nope, I don't have a parchment on me. Oh well.
I have an inkwell. I don't think I.
There is paper up here that you were using for Grinky to write on. Remember?
Oh, right. I forgot that we had that. So I'm just going to write a message in Thieves' Camp to my spy, basically asking what information they know about this Thieves Guild.
All right.
You know, in terms of security, what they think would be the best idea in terms of getting
You
in.
actually have a little bit of an inn on one of the thieves' guilds located up here in Shady Creek Run, the Madroon family, as you recall. Now, you haven't made it very far in the ranks, but you have done a few favorable deeds for them, and, well, this letter is simply requesting a payment on one of those favors. On the way up to the tavern, I do presume you pass it along in the proper manner to ensure it gets where it needs to be.
Indeed. Indeed I do.
Well, while all that's going down, I'm gonna take the body out back and burn it.
It is raining quite heavily right now.
Fuck.
You can't
Well, I
you
can't
can't
do that
burn the
then.
body. I know. It's a shame. He's a solo, but you can't burn him.
Okay, I got that.
Wow. Okay. Fuck. Dude, I haven't played fucking...
I've been catching up on the event. I'm not gonna make it in time.
Just
I
as a
shove the body in my
milestone.
backpack until further notice.
How big is your backpack?
Big enough so far to carry like 78 pounds.
Well, this is an additional like 140 pounds.
Get a look at look at the other
He's
two.
decently healthy and he's a grown man.
Going to look at the other two and pull out a crowbar. You can use this to dig a hole.
You hear a voice from downstairs. I will ensure that his body is properly buried. Don't worry yourselves about that. We have our means, after all. Now come down here and get your weaponry.
Going to put the crowbar back in my backpack. Alright.
You're just gonna pry the ground open like it's a fucking sealed crate.
So I'm gonna head down to collect
Yeah.
the equipment.
Roll a perception check for the heck of it.
Bang.
Yeah?
Why? Why are you
All of
doing
us?
this?
Or no?
Whoever's going down.
Okay,
Bang, you are
I'd say that's
scaring the-
most of us.
You're scaring the hell out of me. Why do I need to, why are
Just roll the
Why?
perception check and I'll let you know.
He's the chaotic neutral DM. Rolls perception check. There's nothing there.
If you roll low enough.
I rolled a 17. What the hell do I see?
What else? What did everyone else roll? Real quick.
There's
Oh,
a-
okay. You want us? Okay.
Yes, if you're going down the ladder, you all will have a chance to notice
It's
this.
a 5.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
A natural 5.
Yeah, so, Hel, you do not notice this at all. But,
You're sauntering down there.
you know, Zenara, you notice it a bit that there's hay swept to the side. But, Sparks, you see almost clear as day, even in this dimly lit barn with rain all around, where there would be a secret trap door. Hay brushed aside. You can see one of the straws of hay poking up out of a crack. It definitely wasn't like that when you came in. You are now aware of a secret alcove underneath this barn. Just for funsies.
Is our employer still there?
Yeah, she is. She's standing up. She's kind of brushing herself off a little bit, and there is a small. It's a basket with a battered shield, a decently well-maintained short sword, and a vial of poison.
Alright, I'm going to...
Okay, this is. I'm gonna ask this above the table. Do we think that that trap door was from where they were storing his equipment?
Maybe.
I mean, like, she did go down, get his equipment, and then
Was
just
dusting yourself
appear
off,
with
too.
the equipment from almost...
Assumptions are a free action.
And you did say that she was like brushing herself off or whatever.
And we haven't, where's the words that I'm looking for? And it wasn't like that when we went up there.
you know what I honestly think? Yet possibly, and that's possibly where she's gonna hide the body for now.
I
don't
will
have any
pose this as a general question. Do we want to ask her about it?
I mean, we could.
Or
Oh,
just
wait.
ignore it?
Well, you can if you want to. I'm actually heading back up to the body.
Okay.
I want to know what he is wearing.
He looks to
Just
be
steal his clothes.
wearing sort of like a simple, like plain. I forgot the word. Plain cream-colored undershirt with a green vest, over which he has some like leather armor bits strapped on here and there. He has rugged gray trousers and a belt. You know, it's fairly standard wear for someone who doesn't want to stand out.
Okay then. Okay. No, I'm not taking the clothing. I'm just going to make up a story that I stole my current outfit from somebody.
Well, I love to hear your story when you tell it.
Oh god damn it!
Oh, but of course.
I'm gonna
Every
ask our
action has an
employer
equal and
about the
opposite
trap
reaction.
Oh, that. Well, I guess you noticed it. This place is occasionally use as a warehouse and meeting grounds. Whatever we don't want the authorities to find, we stow underneath. Whatever is generally okay or needed at the time, we stow above. Everything in the barn itself is, well, standard fare for a barn. And she steps closer to you, and kind of under her breath, she says, "And don't even think about telling anyone. I know who you are, after all."
I don't think I wouldn't.
And steps away.
I'm gonna rejoin the party. Okay.
He meant that as like a. You don't think I would tell?
Roll
Right,
a
my
perception.
word.
Roll a persuasion or deception check.
It'd be persuasion. He's telling the truth.
Okay, that's good to know.
I
18.
might submit that. They don't
Alright.
know that.
She does. She does believe you. From all glances and nods.
Right.
It's all just, yeah, yeah. Everything's fine here.
Sparks' family isn't the most
Above the
lawful
table.
family. Yeah, this is above the table.
Oh, I know your family. Sir Sparks.
Ooh, someone's been recognized.
Yeah, of course he has.
Well, I'm going to. Oh wait. What? How? I noticed that our carriage is gone. How are we going to be getting to the tavern?
Like anyone else. You walk.
On foot.
That's about what I thought. I just had to check with you first.
One last question before you all leave. Should you fail this job, you aren't allowed to tell them who sent you, obviously, if you are captured. But if you are killed, are there any wishes for your remains, or at least your memories?
Burn what's left of me on a pyre.
Like a witch.
Like a witch.
Remove my jaw so that nobody can speak with dead on me.
Standard
I'd
procedure.
rather die than be taken alive.
And what would you like me to tell your family, should you die?
They know me well enough. Probably a shady business deal in the back end of town.
Silence, then.
Works for me.
I'll be
Went
here
quietly and just-
for when you succeed.
Hmm?
Don't keep me waiting. We are on a timetable, after all.
Right.
I do my best not to keep anyone waiting.
So, without another
She gives you a
word,
wink.
Without another word, I'm gonna walk out.
Now, who has the map on them?
That's a good question.
Well, I imagine it was cards.
Alright.
I didn't. Well, I didn't originally ask for the. Well, we all asked for the map. I'm going to give it to. I'm going to give it to Sparks, as I don't want to be seen with this. Disguising myself as a Thieves Guild member.
Fair enough.
Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to, I think, stow my plate in my backpack.
Alright.
And, I think I'm gonna try and make my clothes less fine.
Well, it is quite muddy outside. Do you bring yourself to roll around?
not on par with that, but I think I'm definitely gonna make my clothes, like, more muddy, and especially covering up my family symbol.
Alright. Let me just check your proficiencies. Just
if I just
roll me a
give
roll
you
me a
cash,
dexterity check.
Okay. 13.
You decently slather yourself with mud and dirty up, and you feel you are, well, you look unfortunately traveled, like some accident has befallen you and you had to chase your horses in the rain. Your symbol is covered up, and you venture forth into town.
Before I leave the tavern, just would any of you have a cloak? Dreadful when I get my hair wet.
I'm just gonna check my inventory for that.
I checked mine too.
If
I
any of
would
you
not-
have a set of common clothes, it includes a cloak.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'll just put the fucking cloak on, making sure it covers my head and hair.
Lovely. Now it's about 45 minutes walking through the muddied streets. Shady Creek Run isn't the most well kept of cities. You do see beggars on the street. The roads are somewhat cobbled, if you call random stones laying there for a little bit of foundation of cobblestones. And there are a good deal of well-to-do buildings next to boarded-up abandoned places. Any of you in the businesses that you frequent would know that this place is generally a lair for many unsavory guilds, families, and businesses. Everywhere from thieves to spies to even slave trades and stolen goods. You know the streets well enough, Zenera, to know who to hand off your little letter requesting information. You did request, for the sake of simplicity, that they meet you in this lovely establishment, the Tipsy Tankard. You are reasonably certain that you put in the envelope that he should announce himself to you on sight, although you... Quick question, did you describe your current form or your standard form?
Oh, he doesn't really have a standard form. The way that he identifies himself is that, and that only his spies would know this. That there is a. You would have to look really hard to notice it, but there's like a small scar on his right cheek that he only has out when he's trying to meet with his contact.
So you've mentioned that there is a specific scar. You've done a quick sketch of what it looks like. You've done this enough to have the procedure down.
Yeah.
You send the letter off?
It's not an actual scar per se,
no.
but it's like basically like an illusion.
Yes. There's all changelings.
You shift to make it a fucking scar.
Yeah, basically.
You can shift for any scars you wish. Any body type, actually. But it's about 45 minutes through the rain. You do take cover under awnings and various other covered footpaths, alleyways, and the like to avoid the worst of this storm. But eventually, you do get there just before sundown. The place is, well, looking at it, is quite ramshackle and definitely a seedy dive. It is very familiar to, I will say, Hel and Zenras, but Sir Sparks, over your long time of doing deals with the underground, you tend to avoid places like this. You prefer speakeasies or manor houses or even gatekeeping castles, because they are a lot finer and, with your family, a lot easier to payroll as meeting spots. Walking in, the place seems quite crowded. People getting out of the rain, people getting off work or whatever activities they do. And it's a little ruckus. Dimly lit, even though there are a well amount of lanterns around.
I'm sorry, but real quick, I'm going to put up my hood so that if the person of the Thieves Guild sees me, doesn't recognize me at the moment. I don't want my cover blown.
Alright.
Fair enough.
I may be disguised as their member, but I want to meet with my contact first.
Is there anything you would like to do in this place as you enter?
I want to make sure my hair is dry.
You ruffle your hair out. Works well enough. You even find a place by one of the fireplaces warming the interior. Although they are quite crowded, you do snag it once a small group gets up to get more drinks.
I myself, before anybody actually takes a look at me, I'm going to make my face as dark as the void.
Alright. Is there anything else you would like to do?
How about you, Sparks?
I'm just gonna find a spot to be
Roll a stealth check with disadvantage.
I took
So in
my plate
reality,
off.
a spot to be
Well, you took your
conspicuous.
plate off, but you are, despite your muddied appearance, still dressed finer than most people in this place.
You're right. Okay, well, that's an 8.
You sit away from the rest of your party, not too far at this time, but you definitely feel a couple people glancing your way. With your keen knowledge of the underground industries, you do clock several people which could potentially be pickpockets, eyeing you up as if you might be their next target, if only they are waiting for the opportunity.
Okay. I will keep. Okay. Um, if my passive perception goes off, then um, then I'll probably roll an active perception.
Okay.
Or if he feels like something's off.
Well, not the best, but I understand what you're saying.
He can't do a whole lot else at this point.
Actually, at this point, a barmaiden approaches you, quite a lovely young woman with red hair, and kind of, she looks to be in a cheery mood, at the very least for the sake of her customers, and she stops by you. Hello, sir, can I get you anything to drink? We do have some finer stuff.
No, I'll take what's standard.
Alright then, one mead. Are you all alone tonight?
Yes, unfortunately.
Thank you. Well, I'll be sure to get that. That will be, just a silver. And I'll get that to you as soon as it's prepared.
What's your conversion rate?
Oh, it's
Or
tens.
using standard?
It's standards, tens.
Okay.
And Electrum does not exist.
Yep.
Well, it does exist, but it's an ancient currency from a time long past.
I never understood why Electrum exists.
No one's fucking rich enough to have Electrum at this point.
It's mostly held in museums or given by the same sort of people who would tip you a $2 bill. It does sort of carry the same weight as a $2 bill.
That's funny.
Why not? She leaves and then she approaches the other table of the two of you, asks you for your drinks. Should you choose to drink, that's 1 silver each, but should not, she'll simply walk away.
Do you have something a little finer?
Oh, yes, we do. In fact, we have this lovely, she kind of leans in closer, this lovely new wine that was sold to us, called the Blue Dragon's Breath. I hear it's quite minty.
It sounds quite nice. How much for a glass?
Oh, that'll be 2 gold for a glass.
That'll be just fine. Then.
Lovely. She takes.
Take that too.
Oh, quite lovely. He'll be glad to. The owner will be glad to hear this. And she takes the coins and walks off. She does return with your drinks moments later, but on her way back, the door kind of slams open and this very hearty voice rings out, "I have come to drink your stocks dry and admire the prettiest woman in all of Shady Creek Run. No, it's not you. I know. Don't tie me like that." And you see this large built human man with short brown hair that's been tied up in little cornrows that lead into dreadlocks. His sides are shaven. He has a beard, and one of his eyebrows is almost completely missing with the amount of marks cut into it. He has a face of scars. But his armor is shining and pristine, with dark colors of greens and teals.
When he spoke, he gave me an idea.
On his chest, there appears to be what, at first glance, looks to be almost a religious symbol. If anyone would like to, they can make a religion check.
I am not
Sure,
Why
why
not?
not? I'm not versed in religion, but why not?
Me too. Me neither.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a 6. God damn it.
you know, I'm gonna. roll
Mine's a
just for-
7.
I'm gonna roll just for the hell of it. 14.
14. What did you get, Bar?
7.
7. You Well, you and Sir Sparks, you see this, and, well, you've seen your fair share of gods, but quite honestly, you haven't really bothered to care about them all that much. Most gods don't like your sort of business, and it's better to stay out of the churches and temples anyhow. But you cards...
Why should I care for any god other than myself?
Exactly. But you cards, you glance at it first, and something tickles the back of your mind. You look at it again, and you realize that it's not a symbol of any common god you know. Not the betrayers, not the founders. It's almost like someone made up a symbol of a god and put it all over themselves.
He is. If you look at them, it looks. Okay, sorry. This is mostly for Bar. If you look at them, they look like that they're trying not to laugh, even though that they don't barely have any facial.
The thing is,
due how dark their face is.
it is well done. Obviously, someone with wealth has made this. Someone with power and prestige.
Oh, something funny.
Oh, very. You see that? You see that? God
Hey.
bless you.
Do you mind
Yeah.
if I roll history to see if the work at least looks familiar?
What? I will say yes. I'll let you roll a history check.
I'll let the roll happen first, and I'll go.
Dude, what's wrong with you tonight? That's a 5 plus 5.
10.
10?
I didn't roll,
Oh,
but
okay.
that was just that math.
Okay. So you got a 10, Sparks, right?
Yeah.
It tickles the back of your mind from your business, you know. You know a fair number of artists who deal in underground work because your family is very underground. And it definitely ticks you off as probably one of those. You know, some metal workers, some smiths, some gold workers who might be able to pull off such works, but you can't figure out which one. All you really know is that this person makes deals with the underground just like the rest of you.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue. That thing is fake.
Oh, is it really?
That. Let's just say I had to work with some religious individuals, and much as I don't partake myself, they were more than happy to explain to me about the gods and such. That is not one of them.
Passive. Okay. Let me just check. Lovely. What about you? Oh,
He
not
said
too
he was
well.
looking for the prettiest one in here, didn't he?
Oh God! Are you going to try to seduce this guy?
Zenras.
Oh no.
You
Oh, I am-
notice, along with your watching of this figure, that everyone around him seems to have a mixed reaction. There's like the sort of respect you get when your name is known. And in this town, your name is only known if you are connected to dangerous powers. Some people turn away, some people have slips of conversation in order to be polite, but don't continue any further, and he seems quite happy to soak up all of the attention, negative or otherwise.
I have a good feeling this is our mark.
He does completely pass through. Let me roll something real quick.
Does he look at my character?
What was it you rolled again? Oh, you rolled an 8.
Yeah. So I definitely got
He does glance at you. He does notice you. Gives a clock a cocky smile, but he doesn't linger.
Oh God.
He does seem, I will say, that most of you knows this since he's not hiding it, he does approach that one bartender who had got your drinks earlier, and does start lightly laying into her. It's a little play, it almost seems like. He flirts. She shakes her head no, but it feels like there's a mild tension. But also, like, this has probably happened night after night, and it's almost tradition at this point.
When we change his act.
I'm gonna just look over at my associate. Alright, I have a quick little thing I have to do. Try not to draw attention.
Oh. But it's so fun.
We have a job to do.
Fine.
Alright.
That's been one of my favorite sayings for a while now. We have a job to do.
We
Lovely.
have a job to do. Get it done.
Now we're going
Alright,
to
so
split a little bit and go one at a time to see what each of you are doing. Starting with you, Cards.
I'm going to look for my contact.
Roll a perception check. That makes sense.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
My God.
You do
Cards.
notice this man wearing ruffles and dufflets and decked out as a bard would be, except there's an obvious air of cost-saving measures to his costume. He's currently enraptured with telling a tale to a couple people around, but you do notice on the lute he plays, or at least you hear, a repeating three-note phrase, which in Thieves' Cant you have been taught to mean to sort of be a call out, call and response. You know, the response comes a little later in the song when he pauses for a bit and someone is meant to call out the correct words.
So how is this going to work? Because
Oh,
you don't.
It happens, it's actually quite smooth. He plays the note, he reaches the point, you call out. I do want you to roll performance just to see how good your singing is.
It better be Irish drinking song.
Not that one, but similar. That song, another Irish drinking song, doesn't actually have a point for the audience to respond to.
Okay, so the actual roll was a 14.
You're decent enough, and he kind of pauses the song and says, "Aha! A man of culture! I knew there'd be one of you around here. Now, I will just finish up my little ditty. I was on the last verse anyhow. And I think I want to talk to you about your taste in music. Maybe you know a song for me."
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
"Yes."
I'll get us a table.
"Lovely. I'll be right over." He finishes and makes his way over, setting the lute down and leaning forward. In Thieves' Cant, yes, "I noticed your letter. Made good speed. And I think we do have a little bit of interest in giving you whatever we know. Let's be completely honest, the Agile Hand is not our most favorite neighbor."
I would imagine. Anyways, yeah, I have come to collect. So what do you got for me?
"Well, I'll start with what you want. I've gotten reasonable information that whatever portrait, it's not being stored in the Guildmaster's office. From what we know of the thing, from the convoy it ransacked, that thing listens to conversations. No thieves Guildmaster would want that hanging in their room if they're looking to sell it."
I see. How tight is security?
"Security is relatively tight. I know that they don't have any sort of magical ways of preventing invisibility or infiltrations of that sort. Nothing preventing teleportations or scrying, but they have a decent amount of guards.
So no arcane locks or anything like that?
From what I know, no. No arcane locks. That man over there," he points to the very well-dressed man, "is Elix the Saint. Although you might have gathered if you're as good as your reputation precedes."
Well, yeah, he can see as their face shifts towards the Thieves Guild member that's now dead.
Clever.
I had an inside source, yes.
Clever. Well,
Unwilling.
he spends, very well thought out, he spends a lot of his evenings down here getting blackout drunk and flirting with the same woman until she says no directly, and that usually is before he blacks out. if he does black out, well, it's a reputation that has preceded him as well. No alarms will be raised if he doesn't return within the night. He's usually, well, he's got a bad habit for a saint. Other than that, or getting in fights, he's known for that too, and, well, the guards here do keep some semblance of order, locking up people fighting in busy places at the very least. He does pay them off and leave come morning when he's sobered out. He uses it as a sort of way to stay safe from those he might have pissed off.
Alright. I already have a few ideas. What else do you know?
Well, he is quite a flashy man. He does keep the key on his person. I do not believe he keeps it anywhere too secure. We haven't had any needs to break into their guild house, to the Agile Hand. Our alliance with them is strenuous, but there is one. Our names will not be mentioned.
Of course.
But I will say this. There is a statue in the guild master's office that Lady Madrune quite fancies for herself. She doesn't want to pay the outrageous finder's fee for it. She'll pay you instead a fraction of what it's going for, but well over what it's worth.
You caught my interest when you wanted me to steal something.
I knew it would. Steal that for her and consider yourself of another favor from the Madrunes.
I'll see what I can do. But I'd rather take that favor in gold.
Then it can be arranged.
Alright.
Now, that is quite an interesting song. I don't think I've heard that. Is that from the Menagerie Coast? I'll have to visit there again. And he kind of finishes up the conversation, makes a bow, and starts playing a jaunty little tune as he makes his way out, saying, I'm sorry, folks, I do have rounds to get. I don't want to empty all of your pocketbooks of my donation hat. And besides, I only get free drinks once a night. And he makes his exit.
Alright. So, I'm gonna rejoin...
Little Sparks, what are you doing during this conversation where, if you do happen to try and listen in, they're conversing about music?
I think I'm gonna do
Unless-
active perception.
Active perception. All right. Roll a perception check.
21.
21.
Congratulations!
You are doing quite well. From your place, you can observe this place like a hawk. You do notice that Felix the Saint pays quite a lot, and he's getting the same chilled blue wine glasses that you saw your friends get, except he got the entire bottle, of course. He seems to be drinking out of that, and he is laying quite hard into Carissa whenever she is in view. She does always pull these, I must get back to work, as a playful no until he gets drunk enough that she can tell him no without any ire. And you know what? With that check, let me see. How well is this? Not well at all. You do see what looks to be a band of keys. Sort of by his front,
Okay.
on his left leg, hanging there. It's covered in all sorts of keys. But you do notice it. And on it, you do notice quite a bulky, it looks to be copper key.
Okay.
You do also notice a small pair of children running around in play. In a place like this, it is unusual. They kind of rush by you, bumping you, and your pockets are 2 gold lighter.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything to stop this, though?
Honestly, they're kids. I'll let it slide.
All right. This choice will have consequences later on.
Fuck.
But they've run
They will
off.
remember.
They've
The children will remember.
They've run off into the crowd, and you've lost sight of them.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to the rest of the party. Very If you'll let me, can I roll performance to pretend like I'm drunk?
Yes, I'll allow that. And I will say, you do know the faces of children and where they are. You can kind of spot them in a little alcove under the stairs, counting out trinkets and money they have acquired through their run.
Dude, I swear to God, why are you...
I'm just putting it out as an option.
He wants you to go after the children.
Apparently
no.
not.
I'm just
Beat the
setting the
children
scene,
to
mind
death.
you. There are many things that I do that will or will not bear fruit, depending on how they are used. You do have me as a DM, and I'm quite sick, so all my ideas are coming out unfiltered.
And quite sick, apparently.
Yes, unfortunately, it's COVID.
Didn't-
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yes, it does.
I guess
My
I'll go over to
condolences.
the kids.
Alright, you approach the children. They notice you. You aren't the stealthiest of people.
Yeah, no, he's not.
But you have caught them at a chance when they are practically cornered. They scoop up whatever items they have. You notice that one appears to be a small little tiefling, probably a boy, and the other looks to be an elf with one of their ears damaged and an eye patch.
Okay.
What is it you want, misters?
That was quite a pull.
What pull? I don't know the thing of a pull. I can barely push.
Yeah, don't try that.
Ah.
You may keep my money. Just that was quite a
Oh,
pull.
oh. Really? Kind of look at each other with this like, look, this is a very novel thing to happen to them.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, I'm gonna look it up. Consider it that you owe me a favor for not doing more about it.
Their faces set as a, yeah, this is more like it for them. Understood. Well, this is our little hiding hole. You know where to find us. Just, don't tell anyone else, please.
Why would I? And I'm gonna actually flick them 2 more silver pieces.
Oh. Congratulations. They kind of like look at them before scrambling, grabbing them, tucking them away in hidden pockets.
Stephen children, wrap up.
Bum, bum, bada bum.
You're just buying their loyalty.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, you just did.
That's who Sparks is.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
I think he'll go over to the rest of the party and kind of sit down, have a plate.
Alright. Now, Hel, is there anything you would like to do in this moment?
I mean, I'm kind of just making my presence known, just not really trying to hide myself.
How so? And for what end, I will ask.
Mainly to get the big guy's attention.
Make a performance check.
Performance,
Oh
you
my
said?
god.
Performance.
May I assist? Since I do have proficiency with performance.
How would you insist? I know you're proficient. How do you want to...
I would give.
It's a 19.
19?
Never mind. Never mind.
You're thinking up this little plan, but it does seem that Hel has a very good way of charming the crowd. Flirting with
Jesus Christ.
flirting with this man and that before turning them down for whatever reasons apply to Felix the Saint, but not them. Too short, too tall, hair is too bright and too long. And you kind of make your way over, trying to build up the presence of someone who is quite stunning, and it does work. Now, Felix, do you approach him?
Who?
The Saint, the man you are, your mark.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm not sure who Elix is.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's not Felix. I do apologize.
that's all good.
All right.
Yeah, I'll approach them.
You catch him at a time when the barmaid he is flirting with is away. and you kind of sidle up next to him. He doesn't seem too interested, although with your roll, you can definitely tell he is, well, incredibly drunk and wavering a bit slightly in his pursuit of who he believes is the hottest woman. You'll do as a suitable second, and he does start flirting with you. Slurred words and all, complimenting your beauty, your style, your grace, your hair, your smell.
Oh boy.
Just quick question: does he go to move my hair?
Yes, he does. He
from
does brush
covering
your.
the half of my face?
He does move to brush your hair.
Okay, I'll let him move it out of my face, but as he does, he notices that the other half of my face looks like it's dead and decaying.
All right. Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage. Although he is drunk, so it's just going to be normal. Wait, no. You roll at disadvantage. He will roll his roll at disadvantage. That's what I shall do. Oh.
Let's see.
Double natural 20. I'm calling it right now. That's what.
That's a 12
Thank
at
God.
disadvantage.
Well, he got a 1.
Oh!
He looks at you, but you also notice he is not looking at you. His eyes are crossed. And he's like, God, your beauty rivals the gods. I think I've been drinking too much, but it's nothing a bit of makeup can't fix. I know just the brand that's fine enough for a fine girl like you.
Oh, you sweet talk.
Oh.
So
You do notice when the barmaid kind of walks by, he just completely switches to flirting with her as if he hadn't been talking to you. That goes on for a couple minutes, and then
Yeah.
when she leaves, he switches back to you.
okay.
Got me feeling like someone's fucking sloppy seconds here, Jesus.
Okay. I'm tempted to try to sneak up on him to steal the keys.
He is distracted.
Sure. That's basically my entire thing here, was to just distract and creep him out.
You know what? Yeah. Let's see what the dice give me. So I want to. May I use a stealth check to try to sneak up behind him?
Sure, you can make a stealth check right now.
All right. Come on, +9. Give me something.
Can I assist him by making sure his attention's on me?
The difficulty check is lower because he is distracted and drunk.
Okay, yeah. Okay then.
Okay, I got a 17 +9. I think I can succeed.
He got another
Yeah,
1. He is enamored by you, by the way. You starting to wonder if he is a necrophile.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd wonder that.
you do manage to stealth up behind him. And let me just roll another check real quick. Yeah, no. You feel quite unseen.
I don't like that phrasing. I know that's the point, but all right. Well, when I see the keys, I'm gonna try to steal them.
Roll a sleight of hand check at advantage.
Ooh. So let me get my Witcher D20 and my fuck you D20.
Fuck you,
Oh,
D20
fuck
rolls a
yeah,
1.
fuck you, D-
Let's see here. +6, so 21.
Yes, you
Damn.
deftly remove the ring of keys off from his belt, and nobody notices. You barely notice yourself, except for the fact that you were doing it.
No, you have to do a double check to see if you actually got the
You-
fucking keys.
You take a quick moment, wrap them in cloth, and tuck them in a pocket.
Okay, then I'm just going to. Yeah, he's probably not gonna see, so I'm just gonna walk back to the table afterwards.
Lovely.
You know, just he's just he's smiling. He's proud of himself.
All right. Can I have you roll another persuasion check, Hel? Just
Oh
to
my
see how
gosh.
drunk you can get him.
I don't care about how drunk he is. I want to knock him down a few pegs. It's an 11.
All right. Well, he doesn't drink more than usual, but he's still drinking a lot. Now, you all reconvene at the table, or Do you? Hel might still be busy. She doesn't know the keys have been taken.
Yeah, I'm gonna rejoin Spark.
All right. What do you and Spark wish to do?
So I'm just going to sit down and be enjoying the line, being like, well, didn't have to do Plan A, so that's good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't need Plan Z. And he literally, like, hacked Defiance song.
Oh my God.
If you would have done that, I would have quit this job and just run off.
Well, you can back up in case all else failed.
Anyways, I didn't need to disguise myself as his friend, but I got the key.
Do you want a chance to knock him down a few pegs? Because that chance has come.
Oh yeah.
You notice that he
Fuck.
is heavily inebriated. The other barmaid hasn't returned, and he eventually gets to the point. So long as he's, yeah, no. Would you like to share a bit? I have room on reserve. He kind of snaps his fingers, and the bartender just hands him, okay, and we'll go over there, and you know the thing. You don't even need to roll an insight. He is essentially one step away from blackout drunk. And I was thinking,
You're so kind.
you haven't said
Mm.
no. She says no. You don't say no. So why not? I'm bored anyway.
Why not? Let's go along with this.
You better chop his dick off. I swear.
Oh, I have plans.
So, I do presume. Hey, you want drink? A drink on me. Drinks. Slaps down 2 gold. Pulls out 2 wine. Just slaps down a handful of gold. Grabs a bottle. Hands it to you. And starts leading you upstairs. Singing
I'll
a
follow.
very off-key song about something very lewd, let's say. Although you can't make out half the words, so you have no idea what the subject actually is about.
Did we see this?
Yes.
The two of us see
This is not quiet at all.
I'm just gonna look over at Sparks.
You
I'm
want to
not-
just leave her here?
You can go. I'm gonna make sure nothing gets too hairy.
Alright.
Oh, I have plenty
Now,
of plans here.
In order to be brief, what are your plans?
Oh, well, you see, once he's up and getting drunk and yeah,
Shirtless. Taking his armor off.
sure, we'll go with that.
Well, it's the first thing he has to take off. And he's doing
Yeah.
it between large gulps of wine.
My plan is simply to, I know his name's not Chet, but to roast Chet's nuts on an open fire.
Oh,
I have Firebolt.
Oh, you have Firebolt. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Make an attack roll at advantage because he's practically inebriated at this point.
Oh, and because you gotta make sure you get them both, I'd like to. Doing a spell is an action, right?
Yes, and you
That's
can
yeah.
spend a sorcery point to quicken a spell and do it another one in the
Yeah.
same turn, especially since Firebolt is a cantrip.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
So you're gonna 1-2 him in the nuts.
Yeah, 1-2 him in the
Wow.
nuts with Firebolt.
Alright.
this is not going to be quiet.
Make
I can also do subtle spell, by the way, to just out of left field him into the nuts.
make both of those attacks at advantage because he's stone cold drunk.
He's going to scream.
Let's see. That is a good old 23 for the first one,
That'll hit.
and advantage roll. The second one is an 18.
Those will both hit. He's naked. He has no armor.
See, the first one hits for 8, and the second one hits for 12.
A total of 20 damage. That is damn good. He sort of lets out the highest pitched scream as you transform him into a eunuch, and just sort of crumples up, holding his crotch on the floor, whimpering in pain.
Oh, maybe that'll teach you next time to keep your fucking hands to yourself.
As when you do step out and down, one of the barmaids just gives you like a nod.
Just a annoying wink back at him.
She just gives him a nod.
Just, so yeah, did the entire bar hear this?
Yeah, you hear this very high, very feminine scream that clearly came from a man. And everyone like stops and looks. And then a few moments later, Hel walks down, very like, composed, taken care of, brushing her hands, and everyone just kind of like goes back to their business. A couple guys in the crowd do like look at each other and look at you. Roll a deception check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, who says I want to hide the fact that
Oh,
I did this?
don't worry. This is how you're carrying yourself.
Okay.
God damn it.
Deception
I
or
have
persuasion,
+7.
actually. Your choice.
Okay, well, I'll go for deception because I have +7 to deception. That is a 13.
13. You kind of... They're a little suspicious of you, but the way you carry yourself down, it definitely feels like some brothel justice has been taken out against the creep. And, well, they don't want to make enemies with the brothel now, do they? So they eye you, but they leave you be.
They have good sense then. They have many things at my disposal.
Sparks is outside. He hears like the muffled scream, but nothing more than that.
I'm not even gonna give Hel a chance to say anything. I'm just gonna stand up from the table after finishing my one. Just walk outside.
Well, I'm taking the bottle he brought up with him too.
It's like a quarter full.
My fucking bottle now. I don't give a damn. I'm taking that bottle.
It touched his lips.
Prestidigitation, that shit.
All right, works well enough. The bottle is actually cleaner than it was handed to him.
My internet's being funky, so I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect real quick.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I believe this gives a little time for Hal and Zenras to have a conversation before they reach Sparks.
What the fuck?
I don't even want to. I have a feeling, but no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know, and that really fucking terrifies me.
Oh, I down the rest of the bottle and toss it aside.
The rain has let up slightly, although it is well into night.
So when she comes out here, I'm not saying a damn word about it.
She has that walk, what's the word from old detectives? So femme fatale walk. Femme fatale walk.
At this point, I'm not even trying to make sure my hair is dry. I don't care if people see the half, decrepit, decaying side of my face anymore. I'm just proud.
Yeah. Both of you do see that now. This sort of, as if someone had unearthed a corpse that had been dead for a handful of weeks. A sight both of you are somewhat familiar with. Long dead corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although most...
I don't. What the fuck?
I fucking love D&D.
Since we're getting into this conversation, yeah. Why? What did you do, and why?
Oh. Well, I just roasted some nuts on an open fire.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Me too.
Both of the male characters are like, although Zenras doesn't really get that, so only Sparks is like,
Well, yeah, because because their nether regions does change on occasion.
Oh, he
I,
deserves it.
yeah, you're
Fucking
not
pig.
wrong. You're not wrong. But god damn.
Also, if
What, would you have preferred I electrocuted them?
Okay,
I
okay,
Not
let's.
could have.
let's leave.
if you did search his pockets, you do find yourselves in the pretty penny of 10 platinum, 6 gold, and like 12 copper.
You know, given the fact that I took his fucking thing, I'd say, yeah, I searched his fucking pockets. You said 10 platinum?
10 platinum, 2 gold, and 12 copper.
12 copper.
Okay, it's like okay. Let's just get back to business. Anyways, I got the keys. Let's go.
Alrighty. Uh,
I don't even. Above. This is above the table.
What the fuck, Bar?
D&D gives options for people to
Oh.
do many things they wish they could do in real life to real creeps.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. I mean,
buddy.
I did.
So much more I would have done there, but
Time.
yeah, time is of the essence.
All right.
Yes.
Let's get back onto the table.
Lovely.
Yeah, so should we make our way towards the Thieves Guild?
Yes. Yes, the
I
thieves.
think it would be advisable.
Now, I will say you were given general directions on how to find the place. So you are able, it's another 45-minute walk. The night gets darker. And you do eventually find yourself outside the compound of this, well, rather nice looking wooden building. It appears to be mainly made out of wood. There is a main building and a sort of tower next to it, similar to what you see on the map provided to you by Ginky. There is a livery able that has stables and a couple other things. You do notice that from the light inside, the bottom level windows and the top level windows too are blocked, as you were told.
How far are those windows?
There's a handful on the first level, a handful on the second level. You would have to approach the compound itself. It's not fenced off or anything. Although, let me just check a little bit.
I already have 3 plans of entry.
Yeah, there do look to be a couple guards stationed around.
Just any gaps in the walls or anything where I can just slightly see inside?
Roll an investigation check, actually. Do you have dark vision, by the way?
I don't know.
Disadvantage.
You said perception?
So this is,
Investigate. Oh, yeah, perception. I'll do. At this distance, it will be perception.
Fuck.
alright,
Okay.
This is
I was
this is
better with
on
investigation, but.
above the table.
Oh, that would have been
you know that
such
it's
a
not-
good roll. It's an 8.
What was that?
I got an 8.
No,
and
little.
19.
Little.
Sorry.
So above the table, we know that it's not in the guild master's quarters because of the contact.
Only Zenras knows that.
Oh fuck yeah!
And Zenras knows that there's another item in the Guildmaster's office that they want to steal for their own reputation.
I am so tempted to just keep this information to myself, but
It's entirely up to you.
I have a bad feeling that Sparks would kill me if I did this.
Only if he finds out.
Whoa!
Generally, yeah, Sparks is generally a person who, if there's information that is very valuable to the mission, will not be pleased if it's unknown.
Feel like I was denied crucial, need to know information.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what?
about right.
You know what? I went into this. Hoping. I'm gonna say this out loud, and Peng, I don't care what you use this information for, cause I'm honestly never gonna use this rogue again for anything. I went into this fully expecting to die, so I'm not sharing this information.
Lovely. This is meant to be a one-shot after all.
we might have to split it off into another section.
Most likely.
In an hour.
I've noticed the time. Now, if we can all agree, if we so wish, we can split it up here and have the actual heist on the guild house be a separate day. I am being quarantined for 5 days anyhow, and, well, we can always do it tomorrow if we so wish.
Tomorrow, let's see. Tomorrow might not be so good for me. Let me check what tomorrow is. Yeah, tomorrow I have Dark Heresy.
Tomorrow or Sunday. Especially since another
Sunday works.
one-shot Sunday hasn't been planned yet.
Sunday works for me.
Lovely, lovely.
Something worked for me.
So we end this session with our troupe of traveling thieves and criminals observing the outside of the Agile Hands lair. They can draw up plans in the meantime. I'll essentially have the 2-day break be somewhat real time. You just scout the location out. Do note there are a couple of guards. They would be, let me just double check. There's looks to be one standing over the front porch, and there does appear to be one maybe in the stables. There is most likely one in the back as well, and you figure there are maybe 1 or 2 by most of the main doors. That is the intel you gather.
Alright.
You may go, rest, and prepare. If you so wish, the gold you have in your player's inventory you can spend on whatever equipment, so long as it reaches the total gold count during this downtime.
Well, looks like our sorceress is our bookkeeper then.
Looks like it.
Fucking platinum.
With 10 platinum, fucking 20 gold.
Yes. If you want to get a magic
What was it?
item, you will have to ask me and we'll roll to see if you can find it.
Oh,
Unless you are cards, in which case you have advantage on such a roll. Because of your connection to the Madroon family.
I must say.
Because of your connection to the Madroon family, which in my version of Wildmount smuggles magical items.
Well then, there is something I would like to get, but the problem is I don't have money for it. I will talk to Bar first.
Yes.
So
What do you want?
I'm going to stop the
I-
recording now.